Game number 6 as the Boston Celtics head to South Beach to take on the Miami Heat. Welcome into another edition of the Celtics pregame report. My name is Josue Pavone. I'm joined by my boy Sam Packard, the co-host of Locked On Celtics Podcast, here to break down this Eastern Conference matchup. Packard, what's good, man?
Not much, hanging out. Look, I don't know what to do on the nights there's not basketball, so I'm just like, I feel like I'm at a loss right now, so I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
I mean, there isn't a lot of those nights, too. You know, normally there's a lot of basketball on TV, but yeah, tonight, unfortunately, is one of those nights.
Yeah, man, we got to survive. That's why we're talking to each other.
That's right. So the Celtics are fresh off easily their best win of the young season. I mean, Al Horford, Kyrie Irving led the show in Milwaukee. Now, seeing Irving take the lead in the fourth quarter, I mean, that's something that Celtics fans have all been anticipating ever since he was traded to Boston. But seeing Horford take control in that second half offensively wasn't necessarily the norm last season. Is this something that we can get used to throughout the entire season, or is this just a one-time thing that we're going to see out of Horford?
I don't know. I feel like for as long as Al Horford has existed, fans have been just dying for him to take more shots. Like, his field goal attempts per game is never that high. I think he's going to have to, just because the Celtics don't have a consistent second scorer after Kyrie. And last night we saw Jaylen Brown really struggle from the field. Jason Tatum wasn't amazing. And like young players, role players are always going to shoot worse on the road. So I think you're going to see Al Horford just need to step out and take more shots, because the Celtics without Gordon Hayward just don't have as many weapons. So I don't know if it's like a prolonged thing. I think if Jaylen or Jason wants to step up, Al will let him, but there's going to be some nights when those guys' shots aren't falling and Horford's just going to shoot. So I'm all for it. Al, he's amazing. I love Al Horford.
Miami Heat enter tomorrow's game 2-2. No word if Hassan Whiteside is going to be in action or not, which of course makes a big difference for them. This is a team that was left out of the playoffs last year. They were 9th. They didn't get the tiebreaker for the 8th and final spot. But this year, things could be different. What do you see out of this Heat team? Do you see them as a team that could potentially make a playoff, I'm not going to say a playoff run, but make the playoffs this year?
Well, they're a pesky team. I think they remind me kind of the Celtics of 2 or 3 years ago, where they have a lot of guys who are pretty good, and they run pretty deep, and they have Kelly Olynyk. Like, Kelly Olynyk is a classic seventh man. Like, he's just going to give you a solid 20 minutes a game, and he fits that role with the Heat. They're going to play hard. They have some guys with a little bit of talent. They're not going to be amazing, but it's never like an easy win going up against the Heat. I just think James Johnson, Tyler Johnson feel like they always kill the Celtics. Bam Adebayo, I'm excited to see, but they're like a little pesky team. They're definitely on a tier below the Celtics, but it's never going to be an easy game, especially going to South Beach, because who knows what the players are doing tonight.
All right, speaking of Kelly Olynyk, which one are we going to see tonight, Sam? Are we going to see Game 7 Kelly? Are we going to see double-double Kelly? Is he going to bring back the man bun? Come on, give me something here. What are we dealing with?
I don't know. I'm expecting – he's not playing that many minutes. I'm expecting him to have a terrible beard. I would expect him to go with the man, but I haven't really seen him any of the highlights of his. Maybe he's got, like, I'm hoping he has like a new South Beach look. I would like a ponytail. Maybe he's thinking about dreads. In terms of his play, who knows, man. It's Kelly Olynyk. He's going to play some great positional defense, but that's about it.
All right, this edition of the Celtics pregame report is brought to you by the good folks over at Greats.com, the makers of Greats. They make classic, stylish, and comfortable sneakers sold at a great price. Head to Greats.com, enter the promo code Celtics Roundtable, and get yourself a 15% off discount off your first purchase. That's Greats.com. Use the promo code Celtics Roundtable. All right, Sam, prediction time. Who wins?
The Celtics win 107 to 101. Al Horford has over 10 field goal attempts. Boom. Predicted.
All right, who's going to score the most points?
Kyrie Irving with 27.
Who leads the bench?
Tito 3-6.
Who has the most blocks? All right, that's enough of that. All right, Sam. I think that's a fairly safe bet right there. That Celtics could win this game, but you never know. I mean, it is in Miami, and I don't know. Something tells me that Kelly's gonna get a little more minutes than we usually that Miami fans are usually accustomed to seeing this early in the season.
I don't want to wish injury on anyone, but it'd be kind of funny if Kelly just was real clumsy and tore out someone's shoulder. Like, it was just like.
That's terrible.
That would come out on Celtics Twitter for Kelly Olynyk. Like, they're already were ready to turn on him when he was a member of the Celtics. Now that he's like an enemy, oh my God, people are gonna say such mean things about it. It's gonna be great.
And with that, we wrap things up here for the Celtics pregame report. He is Sam Packard, guys. Make sure you follow him on Twitter at Jam Packard, and make sure you check out his podcast, man. It's good stuff between him and Jay King. That's Locked On Celtics podcast. Sam, we'll definitely get you back here soon, man. It was great catching up with you, and definitely great seeing you at the Garden the other night too.
Yeah, good to see you too. I'm back in Boston, and thanks for having me on the podcast.
All right, well, that's going to do it for this edition of the Celtics pregame report. Special thanks to my boy Sam Packard for joining us, and of course to all of you who tuned into yet another edition of the Celtics pregame report. Make sure you check out the Celtics postgame show on the clnsmedia.com. You can call in toll free at 347-215-7771 after the game to get on the air, or you can listen to it on demand, just like this show, on the CLNS Media mobile app. Weekday shows air on the Celtics newsfeed channel, on iTunes, Stitcher, and the CLNS Media mobile app. For today's Boston Celtics pregame report with Josue Pavone, this is Josue Pavone signing off.